Okay, next we have Mary Burtt. She's a mother, a caregiver, a care planner for her terminally ill daughter Laura, who resides in long-term care facility. And can you please explain how your daughter came to be in long-term care, and how does her housing and care situation make you feel?
Sure. I'm sure many of you can identify with this scenario that I'm about to share. Your brand new baby is born, and with a heart bursting with love, you promise that you will always be there for her, you will always love her and keep her safe. I certainly made those promises to my daughter nearly 30 years ago when she was born. In 2007, she was diagnosed with a terminal disease that put her in a wheelchair, needing 24/7 care. I followed through on that promise. I left my job, I gave up an income, I adapted our home, and I devoted myself to making sure that my daughter was going to have the best life that it could possibly be. I made sure I kept her walking. I got her out in the community every day. I filled her life with all the things that she loved so that even though her lifespan was short, her life would be fulfilled. I became Laura's caregiver, planner, scheduler, social coordinator, the list goes on. But what there was no longer time for me to be was her mother. Physically caring for Laura, though, took its toll on my body, and my knee required repair in 2007. At that time, I approached both the Department of Health and the Department of Community Services to ask for support for Laura during my recovery period. The Department of Community Service offered me no options. The Department of Health, though, offered to put Laura in a lockdown dementia ward in Port Hawkesbury, 3 hours from home. You heard me right. There was absolutely no way I was going to place my vulnerable, beautiful 28-year-old daughter, who is unable to advocate for herself, in a lockdown dementia ward 3 hours away from home where I could not be there with her. With the help of many friends and agency services, I was able to keep Laura at home safe during my period of recovery, even though I was unable to assist physically. But at about week 4 of my recovery, it became very apparent that my knee was not healing as it should have, and the 6-week recovery period was probably going to become permanent. Therefore, I needed to make alternative plans for Laura, and fast. Given her need for 24/7 care, I had neither the resources or the the resources or the finances to keep her at home. So on January 21st, 2018, I moved Laura into the Adelaide Senior Care Home in Waverley. I knew she would be safe and cared for. What the home couldn't provide, though, to Laura was the stimulation that Laura requires for her physical and mental capabilities. So along with paying the monthly fee for Laura to live there, we opted to also pay for privately hired girls to go and take her out every day, so she could be a part of the community, be a part of life, and experience typical young adult activities. Laura will never fulfill the typical childhood dreams that every young girl has. She will never have a job. She will never meet her Prince Charming, fall in love, get married, and raise a family. These dreams were taken from Laura when she got sick. But what Laura does deserve is the opportunity to live a good life to the fullest and be included in her community. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities recognizes the equal rights of all persons with disabilities to live in their community, with access to a range of in-home support, residential and other community support services necessary to support living and inclusion in the community. In 2013, the Nova Scotia provincial government, along with community members, created a roadmap report entitled Choice, Equality, and Good Lives in Inclusive Communities. The Nova Scotia legislature adopted this report and instituted a 10-year timeframe for significantly increasing community-based supported living options while decreasing reliance on large institutions. As of today, though, it appears that very little has been done. To the best of our knowledge, there are no new small options homes currently available for young adults, like Jen, like Laura, like many other young adults. It's time to work together and think creatively to develop options so that our young adults with severe physical disabilities can live a full life. Like all human beings, they deserve more than being institutionalized and segregated from their community.